Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tanrı'dan çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome back everyone to another Maestro Game production. Welcome back to beautiful Bursa, and this is where the hard work begins. We are now in the Super League for our second season of this series, and well, we are going up against the big boys. We've got the likes of Galatasaray and Besiktas, who we are going to be pushing for that title. But I reckon in this first season, we're probably just going to have to try and secure our position in the league, try and get a mid-table sort of finish, and then work our way next year, hopefully for that title. But without further ado, let's head on into the game and get on with today's episode. Okay, so last time out, we had all of these messages in our inbox. We did have our record-breaking attendance, and as you can see, the season review. We went through our proper season review, though, as you know. They've inserted that nice little transition season review. So, seasonal performance analysis report. I'm not going to go through that. If you're interested, feel free to pause it, have a little look through. But what we do intend to look at is the club vision and expectation meeting. So what do they expect of us? Especially considering the club is in quite a bit of debt. We do have a little bit of money to spend, but we are technically in debt. I think it's about $500,000 is our debt at the moment. So next season expectations for the Turkish Super League and Turkish Cup. So the club culture, they want us to play entertaining football, develop using the youth system, which we've sort of been doing. We've been sending people out on loan. We've brought a few in at the end of the season to get some first team football. Play defensive, solid football. I think that's going to be a hard one for this year. We've moved up a division. Our team looked a little shaky at the back. We need to sort a goalkeeper out. We need to sort a couple of defenders out. So that's going to be a fun one to try and do. Play counter-attacking football. Well, I like to be on the front foot to begin with, so counter-attack is not really my style, so that's going to be also an interesting one. Hopefully they prefer us to just be attacking instead of having to counter-attack. So work within the wage budget, we always manage to do that. End of next season, fight bravely against relegation. I'm going to go one better. We're going to get survival. We will survive. Because I really don't want to be playing in that other league again, quite frankly. Super League, fight bravely against relegation. So we're going to hopefully manage to do that. We then have my contract expiring, so I'll be getting a new contract sometime this year. Work towards repairing the club's financial damage. I mean, I've sold two of our biggest names. One we sold for 1.5 million. I think I did a decent job towards that. Next season we'll continue to fix the financial ruin, continue to remain in the Super League, and work towards repairing the club's finances. So they want us to remain in the league next year, but at the end of this season, they want us to attempt to stay in the league. I don't know if they've realised this, but if we get relegated, we can't continue to remain in the Super League the season after. So, yes, we will manage to remain in the Super League, so we can then fight against relegation again next year, or hopefully at least push a little bit further on, push for some European spots, hopefully even the title. Who knows? We'll see what progress we make this year, and then we'll try and build upon that. But we're going to negotiate, because I want to change this fight bravely against. That's the only thing I want to tweak in there. I don't want to fight bravely against, I want to achieve it. I also want to remove this counter-attacking football, because I think that's kind of pointless. And defensive, a philosophy under expected team should have a good clean sheet record with low goals allowed to games and shots faced in game ratio. You know what, let's try and take that one out as well. So I'm not sure how our team is going to fare defensively, so let's just take both of those out. Can I adjust this one? Can I suggest an alteration to this? This fix the finances. I mean, they want us to do it this year, why not continue to do it the year after, I guess? So suggest those changes. No, you're going to insist on bringing both of these. What about if I meet you halfway? What about if we do that? Okay, so they'll accept me taking counter-attack, but we do have to keep the defensive solid in. So that's going to be a fun one to try and achieve with our current goalkeeper and his lack of ability. So, as you can see, these are our team leaders. Our dressing room atmosphere is average. It felt like it was better, but apparently it's now just average. Our manager support is very high though. As you can see, these are our team leaders. We have Sulimentari, who will be leaving, of course, Uslu, who is now a bench warmer. And, well, that's not going to fare too well, but we have plenty of influential players. And that is not too bad. Social group, core group is 22 players, 2 in a secondary group and 2 in an other. In fact, let's have a little look at this. Let's see who likes us and who doesn't like us within the team. So this is our top influencers, Sulimentari and Uslu, unhappy publicly. So he feels lack of depth up front. I think that's a reasonable complaint, to be honest. Recap, there is a little bit of lack of depth up front, so I can't argue with that too much. So let's see how everyone feels. Balance, bounce, 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 bounce. Professional. All these supporters. Nobody dislikes us. That's nice to see. We've got a lot of support. Saka doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Omar doesn't care. I brought him into the team. Omar, you should like me. You should really like me, my friend. I brought you into the first team. So, end of season team meeting. We'll do that in just a second. New season team report. So this is that. Issue season injury report. We don't really care about the injuries too much, but if you're interested, that is our injuries throughout the season, which is quite a few. As you can see, he was out for 4 months. He was out for 3. 7 weeks for Omar. 4 weeks. Hopefully we don't have as many injuries this year. So, squad break. The squad are gone on holiday. They shall return. Training camp destination. Sadly, we don't have anywhere interesting to go. I had a little peek at this between the episodes. Of course, as you can see, I didn't save it between then and now. Otherwise, it would have not been highlighted. But we can only stick in Turkey. So, are we going to go to Istanbul? Are we going to go to Sakarya? Are we going to Samsun, Trabzon, or Bursa? We're in Bursa, of course. Samsun, we've had lots of fun there in terms of our games against their local team. Trabzon, don't fancy it. You know what? I keep making Istanbul references. So let's go to Istanbul, not Constantinople, but Istanbul. That is the region we are going for our training camp. And I don't believe it's that far away, so that's nice to know. It's almost local without being too local, if that makes any sense. So, as you can see, this is our post-match analysis from that final annoying game of the season. But we are going to have our end-of-season talk, discuss plans for next season. Let's talk to the team, get them on board. So, going into next season, I think there's a good possibility of avoiding relegation. You've all done surprising to achieve promotion this season, and I can assure you that you'll all be given the chance to come back and help us avoid getting involved in a relegation battle next year. Going into next season, I think we're in a good position to avoid relegation. Congratulations on achieving a promotion. This season, I will be strengthening the squad, as you might expect, but I believe we can avoid getting into a relegation battle. Maybe. Congratulations on getting promotion. It's a fantastic achievement. Before you all go away for a well-deserved break, I want to let you know that I'm going to keep the faith in you. No, I'm not. I'm really going to be adding players in. You've done brilliantly to get us promoted this season. You'll deserve a good break. Hopefully you can get back. New faces around here can help us stay up next time around. Yes, that's disappointed them. Do you really think we're capable of surviving? I'm dubious and can't be the only one. Enjoy, really. Enjoy, my friend. Aye. Right. I'm very confident we can do it. Back down. I might have been asking too much. No, it's never too much to ask your team to want to stay in the league above. So, we have very pessimistic atmosphere right now. He's offended. I still think you're being realistic about achievements. Well, and Dolly, you can leave if you want. Like, you're an old man. So, positive. That's exactly the sort of reaction. No, it's not. Accept. That sort of reaction I was hoping for? No, I wasn't expecting that sort of overall reaction, but I respect those of you who don't agree with me. Yeah, there we go. I respect you. Once you all return from holidays, we can discuss promises for next season. I'll see you all when you get back. I'd now like to discuss some promises I'm willing to make for the next season. You know what? No, we'll do promises when you get back. You guys want to be pains in my backside. I will be a pain in yours. You're not getting any promises till you go away. You can come back and I will make promises upon your return, which I shall then break. No. We are not making promises before they go away. So, they are going to go away for their holidays. You fine folks are going to go away for your holidays. whilst I prep the pre-season, get through some pre-season games, get some faces in, introduce you to the new squad, and let's kick off our first game of the season. Okay, ladies and gents, it's not the first game of the season quite yet, but as you can see, we've got some cheeky information to have a little look at. So, as you can see, we have been offered 300,000 from Denizlispor, starting off at 250,000, but of course that includes the installs and the league appearances. We're obviously going to say no to that one, but another little bit of news, if you look on the left-hand side, we're about to receive 4.18 million. I'm not sure what that is, and we get to look at the fixture list. So we get to see who we play on the opening day. So we'll go through them. First of all, we shall reject this because he's our 23-year-old. We are going to keep him, develop him, have him in the heart of our midfield. We're not going to give him away. So best port to receive 4.18 million. That is in TV rights over the season. That's nice to hear, especially considering our financial situation. Although I think they've taken out another loan because we now have about 900 grand in the positive. So that's nice to see. As you can see, our first 5 fixtures, we have this in Trabzonspor, then Denizlispor, which is at home, then Hatayspor, Başakşehir, and Riceport. Now, the other team that did, of course, join us coming up was Bandy. Bandy, of all the teams, they were bottom of the playoffs. They managed to scrape their way up. And yet, they are now up in the league with us. So, where are we currently predicted? That is the question. Season preview has a second from bottom. They think Adana is actually going to do better than us. I won't say so. Admittedly, Adana haven't lost their main striker, but I think the additions we are bringing in are definitely going to pull us up the league. So, for today's episode, we are going to have a difficult game against expected 4th in the league, bottom of that EC2. That's weird. EC, EC2, ECC, EC2. Okay. Not quite sure how that exactly works, but yeah. We are expected to finish 19th this year, so hopefully we can deny expectations, get up into 17th and above, and survive in the league. So that's that. We've got a bunch of contract clauses triggered. Now, most of these, of course, were already here before I was able to remove them, because I hate these promotion wage rises and the yearly wage rises, etc. As you can see, all these have got top promotion wage rises, including me. I've got a raise of 25%. So that's nice. What wage am I on? Let's have a little look at my wage. Ooh, my caps, 1.7 grand is what I'm currently on. Here is my managerial screen. As you can see, the media loves me. Tactical consistency is there. It's amazing. And, well, I have good knowledge, of course, of England. A little bit of Turkey now. I've been here for a season, and as you can see, season tickets sold. We've sold 1,628 so far. The board expects to sell 6,500. And get us up to 8,100. So that is our tickets. As you can see, 1.1 million in the bank. That's a 2.2 million profit. So we was in 1.1 red. We're now 1.1 in the green. 200 odd thousand. As you can see, I've still got 10 grand of wage budget to go and spend in the next 56 days. I've also got some friendly fixtures to put in, which I haven't managed to do quite yet. But I'll go do them. If there's any more news between now and the start of the season, I'll of course come back. But if not, I'll see you for the first game of the season in just a second. Okay everyone, it's almost time for the first game of the season. I've played all the pre-season games. We are about 5 days out from the first game. And well, we need to select our captain. So as you can see in the early stages of the pre-season, I did make Endoy our captain. And, well, we're going to stick with these. We're going to keep Endoy as captain, keep Uslu as vice-captain, although Endoy might not be starting because we have an additional striker. So, when we go through the transfers in just a second, we shall have a little look at who might be replacing him, if not double striker, and change of formation yet again, but probably going to be replacing him, so our captain and vice-captain are probably not going to be starters. So, that's going to be an interesting one. But anyways, this is our captain and vice-captain, so that has been acquired. What else do we have here? So shows loan interest. Nobody cares. As you can see, they aren't offering a whole lot, but he's on £100 a week. He's a player we don't really need. As you can see, he's prime for development. Unfortunately, at 1.5 star, we can't really use him, so we're just going to send him out on loan. Get £45 per month, plus the 70% at £70 per week wage. So we'll accept that, let him go out there, get some regular starter football down at whatever division they are in, which is the Turkish 3rd tier, so Turkish 2, which is quite a way down, but still. Gotta start somewhere, I suppose. Gotta go get your experience. In fact, Demir I sent out on loan, and I'm pretty sure he's down at that level. Yeah, he's all the way down at that level. So he's out on loan, so that gives you a little idea of where we've been developing. So let's have a little look at where we've been developing. It is split a little weird. As you can see, this guy is currently going out. That was, of course, on the other page. Don't know why I'm clicking on the transfer center. We want transfer history. These are, of course, the ones from this season, but first of all, we need to go back a season because of when we picked players up. So, as you can see, Sadiq was the last one we had in. He was in on loan. This is where we start. So, we have Berber. Berber, of course, is our right back. So, Turkish, I can't remember if I went over these in the previous episodes, but we'll just make sure we'll go over them now. So, he's a right back, mainly a full back, can play wing back. And he's 29 years of age, Turkish, 9 under 21 caps, 3-star potential, 2.8k per week, and here till 2025 is a squad player. As you can see, he can fulfill the role quite nicely, and well, he's been in Turkey his entire career. Last season, 27 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, and a 6.79 in the league. We was in for Bursaspor. So, he has played plenty of games in the league below. He wasn't too bad. He was in a team that, actually, where did Bursaspor finish? They finished quite high. They finished 4th. Unfortunately, couldn't get through the playoffs, but they did manage to have a successful season. We then have Yildirim. Now, he's from Samsunspor, and that one was 20.5k. This one's 43.5k. And, well, he's 3-star, 3.5-star potential. A little bit of growth in him. He's 27 years of age. Probably not going to grow. Valued at 1.2 million, which is nice to see. He can play that central ball-winning defender role and also play at right back. He's very much going to be a utility player. We're going to use him for cover. I might have mentioned that. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that, to be honest. He hasn't played any youth caps, no first team caps. 3.3k here till 2025. Yet again, squad player. I've made sure these players are here for at least 3, 4, sometimes 5 if they've got optionals in their contracts. They're all here for quite a while, even the older players, so nothing to worry about on that front. History, as you can see, he's yet again been in Turkey his entire career. 27 appearances, 2 goals, and a 6.75 for Samsunspor last season. We then have Cenan Kirst, Brumadana DS, 8.75k, very cheap. And very decent, in fact. 3.5-star, 3.5-star potential, no growth, but 26 years of age, hasn't had any international appearances, so I can't see him disappearing to the international team anytime soon. Valued at 1.2 million, 1.5 grand, here till 2025. He's a fringe player, but we're actually using him as a starter at the moment. So, as you can see, he can play quite well. He's not going to be playing that playmaker role. He will be more a normal supporting attacking mid, and he can do that pretty well. And I apologise for what I assume is lorries honking on the bridge. So that's really irritating, but I can't really do anything about that, so I'm sorry about that one. So he has been in Germany for his first free season, and then Turkey for the rest of the time. Free transfer, free transfer, free transfer to Ankaraspor, and then he's just stayed here. 3 seasons there at Ankaraspor, had one in between where he's at Mamak FK, which is a place we seem to send our players out on loan weirdly. He had 7 goals that season in 31. Jesus, that was a nice season. Last season, though, wasn't used by Adana very much. 4 appearances, 6.75, after having 27 and 3 goals in the previous. I don't know why they decided not to use him last season, but they didn't, so we have snapped him up for a bargain. We then have Mehmet Oscar, 275k, Eski Sport. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did go over these now. I've had a little look at that one. 4-star, 4.5-star potential. Very good player. Star, 5 grand a week. Here till 2025. 1.7 million is his valuation. 23-year-old. 5 under 21 caps. He can play basically anything in central midfield. He's amazing. And yep, he's been out there his entire career. We did pay quite a bit at 200 odd grand, but considering his valuation is now 1.7 million, I would say that's quite the bargain. So let's hop into the ones from this season. As you can see, we've only bought 4 players and got 1 in on loan. So the 3 that we got on free transfers, we'll go over those first. So first we have Faith Friday Obilaw. We had a little look at Faith Friday, if I remember rightly. And, well, he's solid. We are using him as a normal defender, I believe. Because I believe we're using the other defender as our ball winning. So he's 4-star potential. 5.5 grand a week, here till only 2024. But at 30 years of age, keeping him till 2024 is going to be keeping him quite a while. Star player, he's got amazing jumping, got his aggression of course, his heading, his marking and tackling. He's got everything you need from your defender. He's got a good positioning. He's perfect for his role. So, as you can see, started off in Nigeria. Didn't play, went to Finland, where he got plenty of games in Finland. Then went on a free transfer, decided to go to Turkey, where yet again he didn't play. So he went back to Finland, where he was getting plenty of games. Went to Moldova randomly for a season, where he got 1 goal in 10 appearances, 2 assists and a 7.06 rating. He then, of course, came on a free transfer to us, which is nice to see. Don't know why he didn't stay in Moldova. I guess it's because he weren't playing enough, and I guess he just didn't want to go back to Finland for a third time. So, he's come back to Turkey. This time he will get games. He's a starter for us. We are not going to waste him. This one, however, is a waste. This was such a waste. Looking at his wage now, I would say we're underrating him. Looking at his star ratings when I click in this. On star rating, he looks absolutely awful. I hope he performs more to his statistics than how we are currently judging him. Because he's currently judged at 2.5 star, 3-star potential. Looking at these numbers though, in the right position, I think he's better than it suggests. As you can see, if we just have him on attacking midfield, he's got his aggression through the roof, of course. Dribbling is 11, first touch 11, shots 11, 10 passing, 10 technique, 10 vision. Like, the only one is decision and composure. Okay, his anticipation as well. Those 3 are the only issues with that role. He's pretty solid at everything else. If I go like that, yeah, it's very much just those specific ones. So, providing his mental state manages to stay okay, he should be pretty okay to use. So that is him. That is Diarra, the disappointment, with his 6 caps for Senegal, is that? No, Mali. I don't know why I said Senegal. But 11 under 20 caps, 6 actual caps, and, well, what was his valuation before we have a look at that? 725 grand. So, he's probably going to be a flop. 3.6 grand a week. Probably just going to sit on the bench, but 725 grand, we can shift him, make a bit of money hopefully, and yeah, he'll probably pay for himself back in his transfer fee. Because before we got him on a free transfer, the last team paid for him 900 grand. Now, down here he was only 91k, but I think we'll get nearer to the 900 grand than the 91k if we sold him. And he's played a lot of games in this league. 24, 2 goals in that particular season, although he has had a gap in this previous season in between. Now, the other one, of course, is our other defender. That is Kubile Aktas. He is here on a free transfer. He's amazing. Very much like our other central defender. He is perfect for what we need. So, ball-playing defender. He's 26 years of age. He's Turkish, so he doesn't add to our foreign player count. 0 caps, 0 youth caps. Valued at 4.1 million. Perfect for a free transfer. 5.5 grand a week. Here till 2024. Important player. He is, of course, important to us. 4-star, 4-star potential. And, well, everything is in order. It's all over 10s. The lowest 2 is vision and marking on 10. But everything else is 12s, 13s for the most part. The odd 11 in here now and again. But solid player, especially in that ball-playing defender role. So, where's he been? Who knows? Well, he was in France for a couple of seasons. Again, didn't play in France, went on a free transfer, went to Turkey, went to the top division, in fact, played 4 games, then 5. Dropped down a division on loan to Bursaspor, only played 4 games for them, which is a little bit weird considering he dropped down a division. He then dropped down a division again, played 28 games, went back up a division, played 31, played 21, went up another division, only played 4 times. Then he played a second season in the Super League, played 30 games. I guess they was just struggling for defenders that just kept him around. So, played 30 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 6.6 rating. He didn't play great, but he got a couple of goals, got an assist. Hopefully he can build on that, have a better season for us. And I don't know, I'll put that more down to their just overall team not being so great. And we can probably make a better player out of him. So that is those free transfers. Here is our 135 grand transfer from Vento. Now, what position do you find people think he is in? Well, he's in an important one which we really needed, and then I found a better guy. Typical FM, you find a better player in the same position for probably cheaper and younger after you've already bought one. So, Niccolo Manfredini, can you guess where he's from? Of course, he's Italian. Italian with a name like that. 0 caps though, 0 youth caps, 33 years of age. We do have him till 2025 though, so he is going to grow old disgracefully with us, of course. 5.5 grand a week. Important player, 3.5 star potential. So, he's a whole star rating, I believe. Better than our previous goalkeeper, which is nice to see. As you can see, a couple of his physicals are dropping off, but we're not using him as a sweepkeeper. We are going for a regular goalkeeper. I did have the option of picking up another sweepkeeper who was really slow. And yeah, that just seemed like the dumbest idea in the world. So, didn't pick up the sweepkeeper who was great as a goalkeeper other than being able to move, because he was a sweepkeeper, and kind of physicals is a main element of being a sweepkeeper. So, we're going to use this guy as a regular goalkeeper. He doesn't mind doing that. He's got all the statistics for that, and the only thing falling off is his agility, which is currently at a 10 at the moment. So, few seasons, 7, worst case I would say 6. So, that's the only stat we really need to worry about is his agility. We can just train his agility if it comes down to it. So, valued at 1.2 million, 5.5 grand a week, and his previous history is quite a lengthy one. He's been in Italy a long time. So, he was at Espal for a couple of seasons in the Serie C1/A and then B. He then went to Serie A, where he was at Fiorentina for a couple of seasons. They bought him for 34 grand. Went out on loan to Serie D, played 34 games there. Serie C, 27. A then £900 transfer. Weird you bought him for 34 grand, then just sold him for 900. Fiorentina, I don't know why you needed money that badly that you sold him for 900. But they sold him for 900, played a couple of games there. He then got sold back to Fiorentina for 185 grand. Fiorentina, what are you playing at? That's some of the worst financial decisions I've seen. Right. He then went from them, who bought him for 185 grand. They then sold him again for £240. Why? Why did you buy him for 34 grand, sell him for 900 to 185 grand to 240? I think Fiorentina's doing some sort of money laundering here, because that's weird. Anyway, he spent some time in Serie B, dropped down to Serie C for a couple of seasons, came back to Serie B after a free transfer to Spezia, where he played 2 seasons there. He then went on a free transfer to Vento, where he played a season there, played a couple of games, didn't play a whole lot. They went up, he played more games weirdly, got 8, conceded 8 in 8, 3 clean sheets, a 6.75, and now he's here in Turkey for 135 grand. At least we didn't pay as much as Fiorentina. And we're not selling him for £240. We're just not. We'll keep him. If anyone comes in and offers £240, I don't care how bad our finances are, we are not selling him. We're just going to throw him in the reserves if we need to. So that is him. And, well, we are 5 days out from our game. So, I'm going to head on over to Trabzon, where we'll play our game in today's episode. So, I'll see you over in Trabzon in just a second. Okay, it's game day, ladies and gents. As you can see, we are here in Trabzon. It's going to be a difficult one, but I thought I'd come up here, enjoy a little bit of the view before we probably get absolutely demolished. So, without further ado, let's head on over to the stadium and get on with today's game. Right, everyone, so we've made it down to the stadium. As you can see, we are in the locker room. We are ready to unveil our tactic. And as you can see, we are going for the Oh Christmas Tree. And it's a lovely formation indeed. Now, there is some regulars you will notice. Of course, Omar still in there, Emre Can and Recap. But the rest of the starting lineup is all new, including one player I forgot to show you. That is, of course, our lonely striker, Ragazzu. Up front on his own, he's on loan from Antillaspor. He's a fellow Italian like our goalkeeper, 29 years of age. 0 caps though, hasn't even played for the youth team. 3.5 star potential. I swear that was only 3-star before. I think we've got a different coach doing these star ratings now. So that's nice to see, because this coach actually understands what on earth he's doing. As you can see, he's very good. Apart from his agility is dropping off a little bit, because he's getting to that age now. But we've only got him here for a season, so it's okay. His agility should last out at least for one more season. As you can see, he's been mainly in Italy, bouncing around. Cagliari has had him for quite a bit. They got him back after paying 170k to get him back, and then let him go on a free transfer yet again when he left for Turkey last season. Was it last season? Yes, last season. Played 27 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, 6.7 average for that season. So, joining him in the starting 11, well, it's Manfredini in goal. Joining Omar at the back is Kubile. We have Obilor and Oguzan. Now, I'm probably going to change Obilor to Friday or some other variation of his lovely name, and probably some of the other defenders, because I feel like they might be a little more difficult for me to say on a regular basis, especially on a day like today where I'm actually recording this in 2 parts. So I'm recording this bit now in the afternoon of the day after I filmed the first section, which I've not slept. I was watching American football and some other stuff. But that's besides the point. Anyways, joining Emre Can in midfield, of course, is Musin and Oscar. In front of them in central attacking mid is Cenan and Recap. And then, of course, Ragazzu up front. We have Atabek on the bench, our starting goalkeeper from last year. Ramazan. And then have Seydat, Ahmet, Uzlu. Ahmet, I believe, is a youngster. He was just as good as Akgun, though. So we brought him up. He's going to be here for next year. Akgun, I'm trying to get rid of. He's 33 years of age, I believe. And, well, we just don't want the old man. Yeah, 33 years of age. We want to get rid of him. He's on 1.4k a week. And, well, this kid who's basically... He's a little bit worse. He's not quite as good, but he's almost there. And he's only on £950 a week. And I gave him a wage boost, I believe. I believe he was on about £250 a week. He's now on £950 a week till 2026. So, he's on the bench. Uzlu, of course, joins him. Ozcan joins him. Volkan, Diarra, Serdar and Endoy. So as you can see, our captain and our vice captain both sitting on the bench. Probably not the smartest idea, but yeah. I've also not set any of the player stuff up, so we'll see who it gives any kick taking to. So yeah, that's it. Let's just submit that. We have a positive mentality, if you didn't notice on the previous screen. Also, opposition instructions. Erdogan is nervous, apprehensive. Oh, Ekuban is stronger than him. Good. Good for you. You're nervous that your opponent is strong. So, lacking tactical familiarity. That's going to be a little bit of an issue until they develop and grow into the formation. He's not into agreement, though, with getting further forward. That's nice to see. Everyone's everyone's okay with it for the most part, I think. It's just they need to get used to playing the tactic once they're used to playing it. I think the tactical element is going to be fine. We just need to sort out individual opposition instructions, I guess, for specific players who are going to be bigger, stronger, smarter than the ones we've got, because we are in a much more difficult division. Speaking of much more difficult division, I've seen some of the signings Besiktas has been making, and well, they bought Phil Jones. I don't know why they bought Phil Jones. I don't know how they bought Phil Jones, but they bought Phil Jones. So, yeah, that's fun. We're going to be playing the likes of Phil Jones, who they managed to acquire for the low sum of, I think it was about 10 million in the end. I think it's like 8 up front, 10 overall. We'll have a little look, but, well, we'll have a little look if I remember. First of all, we need to get into the dressing room. We need to talk to the lads. And we are going to do hands on hips. We're underdogs here. That suits us down to the ground. Go cause an upset. Assistant's recommendation. That's my recommendation too. We are not favourites at all. We are expected to get smashed about. So let's just go have fun with it. Let's go enjoy the occasion. Try and pick up some points. So most pundits suggest that Oscar's performances will be key factor in determining whether you have a successful season or not. Is that a fair assessment? I think our squad is strong one, but clearly Mehmet has enormous quality and will be a massive contributor to any success we have. Indeed. It's always nice to start even, with a win, to get points on the board and build up some momentum. Are you confident you can get off to a good start? We're going more on the negative. The season won't be defined by one day. We've not been given the easiest of starts by any stretch of the imagination, but we'll do our best and see what happens. Exactly. Not the easiest start. We could have asked for some better games, but we've got to work with what we got. So, we are versing Trabzonspor. And hopefully we can pick up a result. Some teams, as you can see, have already played, so we are a mid-table team at the moment. I guess if we avoid getting smashed, we won't even be in the relegation zone at the end of the episode. So that'll be nice. Get off to that specific start. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the games for this opening season. Of course, when we get further into it and we build up and we're a better team, we'll be looking to play the Fenerbahçes, the Besiktases, your Trabzonspors at their grounds. Not sure that's a smart idea to do that in the videos this time round. Galatasaray away is probably going to be a very painful one, I imagine. But saying that, we are away to Trabzonspor. We are playing positive right now, and it's the 43rd minute, and we've not seen a highlight. So for us, that's pretty good. Omar plays it away. Can we win the ball back though? Come on, Ragazoo. Get that ball back. Come on, Ragman. Ragazoo, get that ball. Or don't. Just let them play it away. Emrahan, hunt the ball. Somebody win possession back, please. We don't want them to score just before half-time. That would be painful. Lovely tackle. Lovely tackle. Oh, come on. Referee. That looked good to me. That looked perfectly decent. Come on, VAR. That was a perfectly good tackle. Love you, VAR. Didn't think I would ever say that, but I love you, VAR. I appreciate that. Although I don't appreciate what looks like they've scored on the last second of the half. Inya. I give up on trying to pronounce that. Inya. My brain is frazzled. Too much happening in such a short space of time. But it's 1-0 going into half-time. They've had 7 shots. We've had 4. 3 on target apiece. Their XG is 0.5. Ours is 0.24. 2 corners to our 3. 2 fouls to 6. 1 yellow card to 0. 90% possession to our 80. 60% possession to our 40. We've gave a decent showing, to be honest. We haven't done too bad. A little disappointing to concede in the way we did. But you know what? Lads. Well, look, boys, things have not been going for us. Although the assistant's saying We've been the better team here. Just keep doing what you're doing and we'll be fine. Interesting. Hands on hips. Just haven't gone right for us so far. Yeah, things haven't gone right for us. That's motivated everyone. That's gone down well. Let's go. Come on, lads. We have been better. Let's go and show it. Recap. Go win that ball back for us. Come on. Get a counter-attack going. Somebody get us possession. Lovely recap. Gets up to Ragazzu. Ragazzu gets past his man. Hugo Boss has gone and missed. Cappy cannot get to him. Unfortunately, though, his finish was not there. And it's a wasted opportunity. Oscar, though, will play it back to Obilor. Obilor tries the ball over the top. Raggy! Can't get onto the end of it. The Ragman, unfortunately, does not get onto the end of that one. So, they are going to hoof it straight up, Omar, and it's just going to be passed through our defence. Quite simply, just passed it through our defence, and it's slotted away in the bottom right-hand corner. That's a second goal for the guy whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. And how is he already on 3? They must have had... Is this their second game of the season? I'm confused. That guy's got 3 goals this season. They've got 2 goals this game. Nope, first game of the season. They must have had a cup tie. Was they the... Did they win the Turkish Cup? Jeez, and I forgot to make substitutes. This is not a good start to the season, ladies and gents. This is not a good start at all. So, what are we going to do? Well, we are going to get some of the struggling performers off the pitch. So, Berber has not had the greatest of times. So, we're going to give Kaskin a run out. Going to let Kaskin try some right back. In fact, no. Sorry, Kaskin. I'm sorry. Any Kaskin fans, I apologise right now. Because I'm going to move him back to the right back position. We are then going to bring on a central midfielder in the form of Oscar. Oscar can come in there. We will then bring on a Volkan. Volkan can come over there. We then have Kirst, who's having a rough time. So we're going to give Diarra a run out. Let him try his foosballs. Yildirim is moved back to right back. Obilor has been having a rough game, so you know what? Sedat, you can have a run out. We're going to give Sedat a run out. That is 4 substitutes. I believe it runs the same way as the previous league. So I'm just going to make the 4. I'm not going to risk a 5th. And that is our substitutes for today's game. You know what? Give a team talk. We are going to arms outstretched direct in praise. Probably not the best idea when we're losing. Underarm pump, clench fists. Encouraged. Yes, I have faith. Go out there, make a difference, lads. Confirm substitutes. Nearly cancelled the substitutes. Because my head is not screwed on quite right at the moment. So, let's get cracking on with this one. We have... In fact, we need to push up. So, you know what? Very attacking. Let's try and get one back. I know we're 2-0 down. Recap, win possession back. Or Oscar, you can do it too. With can do. Or not. We'll just let them miss. We've got 10 minutes remaining. Can we get on the score sheet? It'd be nice to just get a goal. But it doesn't look like we're going to do that. Looks like, if anything, they might get a 3rd. So, slow build-up play. Yilmaz will play it over to his right-hand side. It's back to Yilmaz. I've said his name 2 different ways there, but who cares? Manfredini makes a save. Unfortunately, though, they have a free kick. Don't know how it got from a corner to a free kick, but it did, and that was interesting. That looked like it the side net and not the post. So I don't know how it didn't go out of play, but it's still in play apparently. And we shall be just hoofing it up from our goal. Unfortunately, though, gave it straight back. Flavio is in possession. Yilmaz plays it back. Back to Yilmaz once more. We'll get it over to Flavio in the centre circle. Flavio gets his pass intercepted by Musin, who heads it away. So, it's now with Diabate. Diabate will throw it in. Oscar, can he get it? No. Oscar will not. Top Owl will hold up possession for them and play it back to Trundle before the game is ended. And, well, it's a disappointing 2-0 loss. Not too disappointing. Like I said, this is a game we probably should have got slapped about in. So the fact that we narrowly lost 2-0, not too bad, I suppose, for an opening game in this league. So, 18 shots to our 7, 6 on target to our 4, 1.71 XG to our 0.6, 11 corners to our 6, 4 fouls to our 12, 1 yellow card, 91% passing completion to 80, 61% possession to our 39. Now, as you can see, some of these ratings did take a little bit of a dip off. Some of our defenders had awful ratings, especially some of these players we took off, Berber and Obilor. Games to forget. Games to forget indeed. Kurt had a rough one as well. So that is that. We know the bigger teams are definitely going to push us around. So we've definitely got to sit back, waste time, and just hope they can't break us down. Is probably the best bet for them teams. But for now, we are going to sympathise. So hands on hips. I can't fault your efforts. Putting the results out, that was a pleasing performance. You know what? I can't fault your efforts. Nobody expected us to win, and you gave it everything. They're demotivated by the fact I said they gave it everything. Okay, fine. Hands on hips. I appreciate your efforts. You were unlucky tonight. Midfield. Hands on hips. You're unlucky tonight. Attackers. Guess what? You were unlucky tonight. Okay. I give up with you all. I give up with the dressing room right now. Just how damaging was it for your team to concede on the brink of half-time like that? It was awful. A goal at this point changes everything. It's disappointing as I felt we had the edge for the first half. Goals change games whenever they are scored. You know what? It's disappointing because I thought we had the edge in that first half. So, didn't seem to have much luck in front of goal today. Why do you think that was? Because they are a much better team. They have a great defense and a great offense. He actually played well and was, I mean, not really. Didn't play great. He'll have better days. Hopefully this sort of thing doesn't become a regular occurrence. He's got work to do. We can't afford for him to miss as many chances as he didn't have any trouble. He had 2 shots on target. He got both of his shots on target. What more do we want? So, he'll have better days. Hopefully this sort of thing won't happen too often. Hopefully. Because if so, we're going to be in this scrap. Adana luckily hasn't picked up any points. And where is our other problem? Where are you? Ooh, Bandy actually managed to win their game. Jeez, they won 2-0, so they must have beat one of these 3 teams down here with us. So, that is our opening game. Who are we going to play in the next one? I'll do this off episode, of course. So, let's have a little peek at our fixtures. First of all, let's just have a little peek at the season preview. As you can see, we've actually climbed up even further than when I last looked. Last time I looked, we were 400 to 1, I believe, with Adana. We was down in 18th. We've now crept up to 17th, just outside the relegation zone. So Fatty is expected to go down with Adana and Bandy. Bandy, of course, getting that lovely start to the season. So when do we have a game against one of those sort of teams? We have Deniz Spor, Hatay Sport. I think we're going to try and get some away games in. So Hatay and Riz, where are you expected to be? Riz is expected to be there. Hatay seems perfect. 16th place. I know it's not long from now, but we want to come back for Hatay. Hatay seems like a reasonable game for us to come back for. I think we want to get some big games in, but we don't want to do them too often. So I guess we do Hatay. Do I skip the Turkish third round of the cup? I think we skip the cup game. Maybe. I might come back for the cup game. We'll see what sort of game that is. I might just skip over the cup game, come back for Fenerbahce after that, And then we're not doing Besiktas at home. That's just going to be embarrassing. Same with the Galatasaray. Is Sivasspor around our sort of area when it comes to position in the league? Sivasspor is a decent side, so no, we are not going to show that. That's 3 terrible games to have. We're probably going to show Adana again, because that would be nice to see how we've both developed coming up. So I think it's something like that. We'll have a game in here somewhere. I guess we'll probably end up versing Sivasspor away, or splitting it up with that one. I don't know. We've got to get a game in there. I can't play 5 games between episodes. That's just that's ridiculous. I can't be just like smashing out 5 games between games. It just doesn't. It don't feel right. It just feels like I'm not showing you enough of the season, you know. So that is it for today's episode. I will see you all back for the next Football Manager episode where we verse Hatayspor. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a lovely night and goodbye.